Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back, and it is time for another StarCraft 2 1 vs 1 Pro Replay cast. We have got ourselves the map Stargazers and two amazing pro players on it. It's a Terran in the top left. It's Shopify Rebellion's ByuN, one of my favorite players to watch. He's really been consistent in the StarCraft 2 scene. Which is good, because sometimes when a player reaches a high and then sort of takes a little bit of time off, particularly ByuN with his wrist injuries and stuff, he really hasn't taken that much time off. He's just been going non-stop, and you can sometimes expect form to peter out. That hasn't been the case with ByuN. He's always a contender and amazing player. Taking him on in the top right, it's Alpha X's Astrea, the North American Protoss player, one of the best, probably the second/first best NA player when you compare him to Neeb, who's in school and such. But regardless, he's an incredible Protoss, and his PvT in particular is always a hoot to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this cast, make sure to go ahead and slap that like button. If we can hit 22 likes on this video, or where the clock was just at there, let's go for that. And leave a comment down below. Comment games in the description, or in the comments, pardon me. And in the description, join the Discord. Consider becoming a YouTube member if you do want to support these casts. And yeah, let's take a look at how this game's going. We got ByuN scouting around, Astrea scouting too. Both these players are looking around. ByuN, oh my gosh, what is he doing here? He has got his SCV going down, mining that gold mineral patch, and then going on the way. So maybe worried about Astrea taking that base potentially. That's not the case, however. Probe for Astrea is hanging out at the back of the pier, waiting for the Reaper to cross the map. Then it will go into scout, and it will see that ByuN is going for a 2 gas play. Just find a little bit of gas off that one refinery so he can get up that factory, get out that Reaper, get up all his tech and whatnot as quick as he possibly can. The probe for Astrea comes in. Probably won't get out though, with this Reaper about to pop out for ByuN. A Hellion's on the way as well, so ByuN trying to put the pressure on his opponent. He's got a Reaper out. It did not get any kills. It should escape. No, it does not. That Adept really brings out the red in that Reaper, as ByuN did not escape with that. He loses it, which is unfortunate when going for a composition like multiple Reapers and Hellions, because they can actually be formidable against Adepts and whatnot. But without that one Reaper, this Hellion and the Reaper will have a tough time taking down an Adept or whatnot. So we have ByuN going for a command center, a little bit delayed, but not too much. Just following the double gases. He did pull out of that refinery with his SCVs, so it's not like he was all in on mining that gas. He's getting out in extra racks now. And yeah, we'll see where this game's going to go from here. ByuN has got his Reaper and Hellion poking around, keeping Astrea on his toes a little bit. That probe that was moving out does get picked off. I'm not sure where that probe was going. The Reaper and Hellion are going to try and grab another probe. Looks like they get one more. Can the Reaper get another? No, it cannot, unfortunately. But still, trading those out isn't the worst thing in the world for ByuN, as he's now going to be going into the more common Terran composition, the Cyclones, the Marines. Just a really good early game composition for the Terran player. We do have Astrea going for quite an aggressive build here. It looks like he's getting out charge. He's not mining any gas at his naturals. It looks like he's going to be going for a third soon, but early charge with Phoenix is something that can potentially catch the Terran off guard very well, as yeah, those Cyclones and Marines without stim are very susceptible to this. When Astrea is going to be coming in with a large amount of Zealots early on. The Cyclones for ByuN are great at zoning out those Phoenix, but then contrastly, the Phoenix can lift up the Cyclones. The Marines for ByuN are moving out on the map. He's just being so active with his forces here, really trying to keep the pressure on the Protoss player, but in a minute, he's going to have to hard swing back to his side of the map, because this charge and a Warp and a Zealots could really just dive on top of this and shut it down. So ByuN's actually got to be oh so careful here. I'm not sure he expects such an early charge. It's about 15 seconds away now. However, it does look like he's getting ready to pull back home. The right decision there from the Terran. He's getting up in eBay. He's getting up his starport. +1 Medivacs. Very good when it comes to dealing with mass zealots. ByuN has got a wall up at his natural here. Getting out lots and lots of Marines. He's going to have Stimpack done in about 20 seconds. As long as he raises that wall, bides his time, he should be fine. Getting out the Medivacs is going to be huge when it comes to dealing with this composition. I love that he's got his Marines right against this wall. Like, yeah, come at me here. And we see the Phoenix for Astrea coming on in. ByuN's going to see that there's 5 of them. Definitely more than usual. A Cyclone locks on there, but they got to pull back. Stim goes down from ByuN. He's got to drive those Phoenix away. They were looking for a pick off on one of those Cyclones. But look at this. Astrea still just building Zealots and Phoenix. This is quite concerning if you're ByuN. But it also puts the pressure on to Astrea to get something done with this composition. I mean, he's definitely delayed his economy a little bit. He's not building constant probe production out of all of his nexus. And investing in these Phoenix, these extra gateways, it really is going to delay him. So he needs to get some damage done here. And he's got to wait for the perfect opportunity to engage this. ByuN moving out before combat shield is done is a little bit risky. Moving out before his +1 is done, it's a little bit risky. It's all a little bit risky here, as Astrea is going to be waiting to pounce on the Terran player. He's waiting for a perfect engagement. He's trying to keep ByuN on his toes with these Phoenix, which are such a pain for the Terran. ByuN has got quite a force now, though. As time goes on, as the Bio Army builds up, this will get better and better for him, which is exactly what you want as a Terran, just to build up to that big Bio Ball before the Protoss has out any AoE. And it's going to be a long time till there's any AoE out for Astrea. Astrea's getting these extra gateways finishing up. He's really just macroed into not a great position, though, I feel, for Astrea. Like, ByuN's army is fantastic here. It's phenomenal. These Medivacs being caught is a big blow to him. Loses 1. The Marauders are being worked on. If you're ByuN, you might even want to burrow some Widow Mines or even throw up a turret by this production just to zone these Phoenix away. Otherwise, he is going to lose basically all his reinforcements to these Phoenix. And there's not a lot he can do about it. Widow Mine's popping out. Look at that, Astrea lifting up that Marauder. ByuN's out on the map now as SCVs are being caught. However, Force Field's going down, catching part of this army. It looks like ByuN was planning on pulling the boys. He's going right across the map. Now, I'm not sure that ByuN needs to do this. He's actually fighting with just a fraction of his army against most of Astrea's force. He's going across the map. We are entering base trade territory. The Phoenix, though, high value, can potentially make something happen here, though. We'll see if Astrea's recalling. Yes, he recalls everything. And if he can get a good engagement on top of this army, he can potentially win this game here. If ByuN's force is just washed, and look at this. This is so many Zealots here. ByuN needs to fight in an incredible position. He's doing what he can. Both players have +1. The stim on that army is going to soften it up. The Zealot's getting a lot of face time. ByuN can potentially lift off to try and save some of these units, but the Phoenix, you sure bet, will be in hot pursuit. The Terran down to 23 workers. He just took a very poor engagement there. He did not need to move out with those SCVs, I feel, as Astrea is just so committed to this tech, or to the lack of tech, and that really punished ByuN. And for the Terran player who's just had his army reset, that is not great for him. If ByuN had known that Astrea was not going for any further tech, he would have been happy to sit back, but now all of a sudden he's up against a Protoss player with a comical amount of Zealots, 29. There's a big Widow Mine field here for ByuN. 1 Zealot gets a shot off. Astrea splitting those Zealots as well as he can against the Widow Mines. ByuN's mines are actually going to be instrumental to surviving this. In comes Astrea. The Zealots pick off that 1 Widow Mine. There's more out there, though. ByuN is making all the bio that he can against this. He's got to be careful not to overextend, though. We see Astrea investing in more tech. I believe he lost his 1 robo there, so he's making another. He's getting ground armor on the way here. 2 Medivacs for ByuN getting caught. Oh, that's a disaster. The Phoenix count isn't as high as it was, though, so that's good for him. But ByuN wants to take an engagement that's drawn out. He wants to bait the Zealots forward so he can kite them, get some good Widow Mine shots off. He's rebuilding his SCVs. The economy is still okay for ByuN compared to Astrea. Like, it's not great, but with mules and whatnot, he's not out of this game. He's going to be pulling the SCVs again, it looks like, which is just insane going for this. That first move out did not work out well for him. He's going to try it again, though. He's got the mines, he's got the bio, and that's all he's got. He's going for it. He's going to try and catch Astrea off as he's going for this 4th base. We see a Zealot counterattack. ByuN holds the wall. That's very important for him. This bio is split up. He's got to be oh so careful here, though. Where's the majority of the Zealots? There they are. Widowmine's burrowing on the front. There isn't an observer out for Astrea. He's chrono boosting that out right now, so he wants to be able to lift up those mines with the Phoenix, but he can't until there's an observer, and there won't be as that gets picked off. The Zealots have no choice but to go through this Widowmine field. ByuN is getting dove upon. These Zealots are coming forward. The Guardian Shield is doing what it can for Astrea, trying to nullify some of that Terran damage, but ByuN's taking a good engagement here, it looks like, but Astrea with Zealots coming from the high ground gets ByuN into a corner. The probes are doing what they can, trying to prevent this army from retreating, but ByuN is in a phenomenal position here, but look at that, he stims once more. That might have been a bit too much stim as his army starts getting swept away by those Zealots. 8 SCVs died, 22 probes died, and the majority of the army for both players, but Astrea got up that 4th Nexus, so he's going to have some more longevity in his mining. He lost a Nexus, however. His Forge remained powered, though, so he's going to have +1 armor. Those Zealots are going to be a lot more tanky down the line. I'm not sure what the best play here is for ByuN. I guess get out some more Medivacs since he keeps losing them to the Phoenix. 7 Medivacs have gone down this game. Those are things that the Terran doesn't usually want to lose, but when you're attacking into Phoenixes, there's really no retreat. Astrea is electing to try and get his economy going once more, so he's trying to get probes down towards this base, whereas ByuN's still on 2 bases, dropping the mules, keeping this train going as long as he can. What a game this is. It's a bizarre one, that's for sure. Astrea is moving out, though. If he could grab that sentry, that would be a nice pick-off. He's going to be able to get it. He's got to keep his Medivac alive, though. Oh, he loses one. That's a disaster. Oh, he can't lose another. ByuN has got to take better care of his Medivacs here. Astrea buying all the time that he can. That is huge for him. Astrea looking for that Medivac. Doesn't find it. He should know there's a drop, though. Astrea is a player with phenomenal game sense. Widowmine in position there. Astrea, yeah, he should be wondering where that Medivac is. It's dropping towards the bottom right for ByuN. Any denial of mining for ByuN is important here since both the players are on very low economies. Astrea, though, has got up to some more tech. He's got Psystorm on the way, High Templar morphing on in. And now the pressure is going to be on ByuN to get something done, and he very well could do if we look at the supply. He's just been pumping out units off of 2 bases, man. 2 base Terran. 75 supply to 55. This drop down in the bottom right going to delay some of Astrea's mining. I'm not sure if this Medivac will escape, though, and that is a big chunk of supply for ByuN to lose, so he's got to trade out. He's going to get 3, maybe 4 Zealots while this is going on. Targets down one of the Phoenix, that's good. And this is actually a window for ByuN to cross the map now. He's got to go for the kill. He's pulling the boys once more. There's no natural for him to attack on into, so as the Terran, it's a little bit uncomfortable, wondering where he should move to. He's just going to go for the main base, it looks like. There is an observer out for Astrea now, though, so he doesn't have to fear those Widowmines as much, but he actually eats one of them right on the nose, and now ByuN is coming up the ramp. He's got to dodge these Psystorms, though, but it looks like Astrea is setting up an expert flank. There's one of the Psystorms. ByuN, his positioning was awful there against those Zealots, and that is the engagement that Astrea wanted. He's going to be able to clean up most of this army, if not all of it. It looks like ByuN can't escape. There's the Phoenix in pursuit. He can unload these units, but that was disastrous for ByuN. Somehow he's still up in supply, but man, Astrea has got the far superior economy now. He got the Psystorm off. ByuN just ate 2 storms there. He could not afford to do that. He mustn't have expected there to be Psystorm. He's got to win this game now, so he's going to be moving towards the bottom of the map. He wants this Nexus. He needs to kill a lot of probes here if he wants to make this game go on longer, or he just needs to win the game. Let's see what's the play here for ByuN. He's out on the map with his bow. He's trying to split off his army as well as he can. That's the right play, absolutely. Now, whether Astrea is going to be in position to defend this or not, that's the question. There's Psystorm, there's no ghosts here for ByuN, and the Protoss player spending all that gas that he has from not making really any gas units on these High Templars, so he's got a good count there. ByuN's got this drop towards the bottom right. This is actually huge as far as dragging this game goes on. This has given ByuN a glimmer of hope here, as he's able to get 9 probes, delay mining. Astrea is really just mining off 1 base now at this point, while this base is delayed. Zealot's warping on in. ByuN's poking forward. He's baiting out the Psystorm, but there is a lot of Psystorm to bait. The Medivac's potentially going to drop this army here. ByuN realizes he did that in full vision of the Protoss player. This drop down towards the bottom right is working away on this Nexus, and ByuN very well may kill this. He's not going to get it, though. The Phoenix are coming on in. ByuN targets down one of the Phoenix. He's been doing an incredible job of that. He's actually kind of chasing the Phoenix. He's gonna keep this drop going as long as he can. This drop in the natural base took its time to get in there, so it's not gonna get anything done. Going up this ramp into the High Templar. ByuN not paying attention. Oh, loses one medivac. Gets out with most of the units there though. But that was a big blow to ByuN. He needs to get more work done. He's down in supply now. There's no way he can take a head-on fight against 9 High Templar. Astrea knows how good High Templar are. And ByuN, he's basically just got to get a positional victory there. That attack into the main base, that was not it. ByuN has floated over his main base, so he can keep this party going as long as he can with the mules, transferring some of those workers. But yeah, Astrea really just has to defend the 2 positions, and time will be on his side. ByuN doesn't have the medivacs because he's constantly been losing them. Just 3 to his name. Looks like this drop was pushed away there. And all Astrea needs to do really is get ByuN into an engagement to force him to take a fight, and he will be slaughtered. He will not stand a chance. ByuN's Marines are here. They could catch one of the Phoenix, but they lose a medivac, and so there's going to be no escape for these boys, particularly seeing as how there's Zealots in position to catch them. ByuN, he can micro as well as he can. He gets a Zealot, but those are not the trades he can be taken. Resources lost is fairly close, but resources mined is definitely more for Astrea. ByuN is on the defensive now. The Widow Mines get some decent connections, but the big fights have not been as good for ByuN as they should be in order for him to win this game. And we see Astrea coming in, Storms getting tossed on down, and yeah, GG, that's it. The Archons, the Storm, the Phoenix, a great PvT from Astrea. He is able to just wreck ByuN there, and what a game that was. What a game that was. ByuN, he almost had it there with those attacks in, but I really think it was the big engagements that did not work out for him. The first attack in, he was kind of split up a little bit. The counterattack from Astrea that was able to basically engage SCVs and a couple of Marauders was huge over at this part of the map. And then just the Storms on top of this ramp. That was probably where ByuN could have potentially won the game, but he did not split against them, and from that point on, it was just too much Protoss, too much tech to overcome as a 2-base Terran. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this cast, hit that like button if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. Consider becoming a YouTube member to support this more niche content. We're going for 10 members. We're currently at 7. So if you do want to support the channel, that's a great way to do that. And yeah. Leave a like if you want to see more of this pro content. There's going to be another Afrika World coming down the pipe soon, hopefully. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.